A new chapter was about to begin in Willow Smith's life. One chilly morning, Willow posted a message on her social media that instantly grabbed everyone's attention. With a soft smile, she announced that she was pregnant. The caption was simple yet heartfelt, showing both her excitement and a little nervousness. Her followers and family, naturally curious and concerned, immediately flooded the comments with congratulations and questions. It was clear that this news wasn't just big for Willow, but for the entire family. Along with the post, Willow shared a short note. "Life is full of surprises, and this one is mine." Excited and nervous at the same time. Those simple, genuine words instantly connected with her audience and set the stage for a deeply emotional and engaging story. Will had just finished his morning coffee when he noticed Willow's post trending on social media. At first, he stared at the screen in disbelief, his eyes widening as the news sank in. "Wait, what?" he muttered to himself, a mix of shock and joy washing over him. Within seconds, a smile broke across his face, followed by laughter and a few happy exclamations. The news hit him with a wave of emotions: pride, excitement, nostalgia, and just a hint of nervousness. He immediately grabbed his phone and called Jada, his voice trembling slightly with emotion. "Babe, Willow's having a baby," he said, unable to contain his joy. Even in those first moments, it was clear how deeply he felt this news. He paced around the living room, sometimes chuckling, sometimes rubbing his forehead, processing the reality that he was about to become a grandparent. It was a reaction full of warmth, humor, and genuine emotion, showing both his playful personality and the heartfelt love he had for his family. Will was sitting in his favorite chair with his morning coffee when his phone buzzed endlessly with notifications. Curiosity got the better of him, and he opened the notifications to see Willow's post trending across social media. At first, he just stared at the screen, blinking rapidly as the words sank in. "Wait, what?" he muttered under his breath, a mix of shock and disbelief flooding his mind. His heart raced, and a strange warmth spread through his chest, a feeling of pride, happiness, and a little nervousness all at once. He could feel the weight of the moment, realizing that his little girl, who he had watched grow up before his eyes, was now stepping into a new chapter of life. A smile slowly formed on his face, followed by laughter, almost like he couldn't believe this was real. He set down his coffee and began pacing around the living room, speaking aloud to himself as if processing the news out loud. "Wow, Willow, a baby? My baby girl." His voice cracked slightly, and he ran a hand over his face, trying to hold back both tears and laughter. Excitement bubbled up inside him, and he felt a surge of nostalgia. Memories of Willow as a tiny child flashed in his mind. Her first steps, her first words, birthdays, and family vacations. Unable to wait another second, Will grabbed his phone and called Jada, his voice shaking with joy. "Babe, you're not gonna believe this. Willow's pregnant," he said, almost laughing and crying at the same time. On the other end, he could hear Jada gasp, followed by laughter and squeals of excitement. In that moment, the house seemed to fill with a mix of disbelief, warmth, and pure happiness. Will sat back down, still holding the phone, smiling at the thought that he was about to become a grandfather. It was a moment full of his signature humor, heartfelt emotion, and deep love. A perfect mix of Will Smith being both a proud father and a man genuinely moved by life's unexpected surprises. As Will's excitement spread, the rest of the family quickly learned the news. Jada's reaction was immediate. She let out a joyful scream, her hands flying to her face in disbelief, and then laughter as tears of happiness filled her eyes. She hugged Will tightly, saying, "We're going to have another little one in the family." Trey, Will's older son, couldn't stop joking, teasing Willow on social media, while also secretly showing his excitement in private messages. Even the extended family joined in, flooding the house with calls, texts, and laughter. There was playful teasing, like someone joking about diaper duty and sleepless nights, mixed with heartfelt congratulations and shared memories of Willow growing up. Every reaction reflected a mixture of shock, joy, and love, capturing the natural chaos and warmth of a close-knit family celebrating life's big moments. Willow, watching her family's reactions, felt a mixture of relief and happiness. She realized that her parents' love was unwavering, and even in the surprise and jokes, their support and excitement were overwhelming. In those moments, the house became a bubble of shared emotion, laughter. As the initial excitement settled, Will found a quiet moment to sit and really let the news sink in. His mind wandered to memories of Willow growing up, the first time she walked, her early school plays, the countless birthdays and family trips that had shaped both their lives. A wave of pride washed over him, mixed with a tender nostalgia that made his eyes well up. He could hardly believe that his little girl, once so small and full of wonder, was now preparing to bring a new life into the world. Alongside pride, there was a sense of responsibility, a recognition of the role he would play as a grandfather, guiding, supporting, and loving this next generation. At the same time, excitement bubbled up in bursts, imagining family gatherings with a new baby, teaching little life lessons, and making countless memories. In his heart, Will felt a blend of joy, anticipation, and the quiet awe of realizing that life moves so quickly, and yet the love within a family only grows stronger. It was a deeply personal, emotional moment, a mix of laughter, tears, and reflection that perfectly captured the warmth and complexity of being both a proud father and a soon-to-be grandfather. After the laughter and excited call settled, Will found himself alone in the quiet of the living room, sipping his coffee again but barely tasting it. The weight of the news finally hit him. Willow was going to be a mother. He leaned back in his chair, closing his eyes, and memories began flooding in. He saw her tiny hands reaching for his, her first words echoing in his mind, the countless nights he had comforted her when she was scared or upset. Each memory brought a smile, a chuckle, and occasionally a tear that he quickly brushed away. Willow sat on her bed, scrolling through the flood of messages and comments on her post, her heart racing with a mixture of excitement, nervousness, and disbelief. She could feel the weight of the news. Her life was about to change forever, and the whole world, including her family, was reacting to it. There was joy in knowing how supportive her parents were, but also a quiet nervousness that whispered through her mind, "Am I ready for this? How will I handle it?" She reflected on her own childhood, remembering the comfort and guidance she had received from Will and Jada, and realized that now it was her turn to nurture a new life. The thought was overwhelming yet beautiful. Every message from her friends, family, and fans felt like a reminder that she wasn't alone, that love and support surrounded her. Willow imagined the future, the tiny kicks she would feel, the nursery she would decorate, and the first moments she would share with her baby. She also thought about Will's reaction, knowing his mix of humor, pride, and overwhelming love would make this journey unforgettable. There was a quiet smile on her face as she whispered to herself, "This is real. I'm ready to step into this next chapter." Despite the nervousness, there was a sense of empowerment and hope, a feeling that this new life was not just a responsibility but a beautiful opportunity to grow, to love, and to create something meaningful. Willow's heart swelled with anticipation, excitement, and gratitude, knowing that the journey ahead, though uncertain, would be filled with love, laughter, and family. Even in the midst of such big news, the Smith family couldn't resist sprinkling humor and playful banter into the day. Will, trying to contain his excitement, kept joking about what kind of grandfather he would be. "I'm already picturing myself teaching the baby how to dance before they can even walk," he exclaimed, making everyone laugh. Trey teased Willow endlessly, sending funny memes and mock warnings about sleepless nights, diaper duty, and the chaos that awaited her. Jada joined in too, playfully scolding Will for getting overly dramatic while secretly sharing in his joy. Willow couldn't help but laugh at their antics, feeling comforted by the lighthearted energy. The house was filled with a mix of laughter, playful arguments, and exaggerated predictions about the baby's personality. Will even started imagining funny scenarios, like trying to sneak snacks for the baby or embarrassing them at family gatherings. But his humor was always underlined with love. These moments of lightness created a perfect balance to the overwhelming emotions, showing that even during life-changing events, laughter and joy were never far away in the Smith household. The mix of jokes, teasing, and heartfelt expressions of excitement made the news feel real, relatable, and incredibly warm, reminding everyone that family love often comes wrapped in humor and playful chaos. As the day wound down, the Smith family gathered together, still buzzing with excitement, laughter, and the warmth of shared emotions. Will, sitting comfortably yet with a bright sparkle,